Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Doug Schenkelberg. I work with Heartland Alliance for Human Needs and Human Rights. We're a service-based human rights organization that has over 100 years of experience and serves close to 200,000 people globally through our healthcare, human services, and housing programs. Poverty currently by the federal government is defined as family of four making roughly $21,000 a year or less. Based on that definition, about 21% of the population in Chicago, or just over 570,000 individuals in Chicago, are living in poverty. In addition, just over 31% of children in Chicago are living in poverty. However, whites have an overall poverty rate in Chicago of just under 10%. Child poverty rates are just under 7%, while African American poverty rate is over 32% in Chicago, and the child poverty rate is 46%. So you have close to 1 in every 2 African American children in Chicago living in poverty. Extreme poverty is defined as 50% of the poverty line. So you take that $21,000 figure and cut it in half. While 1 in every 55 white non-Hispanics in Illinois are living in extreme poverty, slightly over 1 in 5 African Americans in Illinois are living in extreme poverty. This disparity exists also with people with disabilities. African Americans with disabilities experience poverty at a rate of 41.9%, Hispanics at a rate of 30.7%, compared to white non-Hispanics at a rate of 13.7%. These unacceptably high rates of poverty among minorities translate into a tremendous disparate impact when it comes to our income support systems. Individuals that utilize the Temporary Assistance to Needy Families, or TANF program, do not receive enough cash assistance to pull themselves above the poverty line. A family of 3 receiving the average monthly benefit for the Illinois TANF receives cash assistance of only $3,036 a year. This is well below half the poverty line and insufficient in stabilizing a family as they work towards economic independence. In Chicago, over 6% of African Americans rely on cash assistance, compared to only 1% of whites. Supplemental Security Income, SSI, is the main government program for people with disabilities with little or no income to meet basic needs. However, Illinois' average annual SSI income is around $7,800, less than the poverty line for one person. Minorities with disabilities are disproportionately affected by poverty, and SSI is not providing the assistance to keep the individual out of poverty. 9.8% of African Americans rely on SSI as a primary source of income, compared to only 2.4% of whites. Finally, movement into the labor force is not a guarantee of escape from poverty. 88,000 Illinoisans work full-time, yet live in poverty. The reality of working poor is exacerbated for minorities. Wage disparities in Illinois persist. Full-time, year-round African American males earn 72 cents on the dollar for every full-time, year-round white non-Hispanic. For every dollar a white non-Hispanic woman earns, an African American woman earns 90 cents, and a Hispanic woman earns 67 cents. Given this long list of disturbing facts, we can easily conclude that we cannot have a real conversation about economic and social rights in our country without a serious conversation about race. We must be honest about the intersection of these issues. Furthermore, the correlation between poverty and race is yet another sign that policies and programs that treat addressing poverty as an act of charity cannot address core systemic issues. It is absolutely necessary that we as a society treat addressing poverty as a fundamental obligation that is grounded in human rights standards. Until we collectively make this change, the pattern of poverty and racial disparities will persist. Thank you.